It's me, back with another one. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Thank you all for coming back, seeing what I'm doing. But before we get into this video, you know what I like for you to do. That's right. That's right. Do it. That's right. Share the videos. Watch the videos all the way through. And let's get those view counts up, y'all. Thank you guys for coming back, seeing what I'm doing again. Now, I am getting ready to bring to you all, like I said, the piece of resistance was that pumpkin pie. It was needed because you can't do a series or a collab without doing a pumpkin pie. To me, I'm not doing a collab, I'm just doing a series, because after I get through with this series, and this will be up on the 30th, will be my last day uploading this series. So that way, you know, after that, I will be bringing back my input about how I, you know, Q&A, how I felt about it, what recipes was my favorite, and everything. So with that being said, let me share with you what I'm doing today. Now, you see me in here. I'm trying to get this frozen pumpkin back the way it needs to be, okay? This was my frozen pumpkin in a Ziploc bag, because when I usually make my treats and stuff or whatever, I make like small quantities of it. So I don't use a whole can or nothing like that, because I want to make sure that I pretty much stay in the guideline like I'm supposed to, y'all. So I can still enjoy myself. Okay, y'all. So with this being said, I am coming to y'all with another one. And this one here, of course, is another, you can't, pumpkin pie spice, or everything is a pumpkin series. And you cannot go without making this, doing anything with pumpkin, which is none other than pumpkin bread. All right? Pumpkin bread. Now, mine is going to be made with a little cake mix. Like I said, I can make it homemade. Okay? But I'm showing you how to do it the shortcut way. Okay? And still be able to enjoy it. Okay, so let me get in here and show you how I'm going to make this. But let me tell you what else I'm going to add to it. Don't come for me. Zucchini. Shredded zucchini. So it's going to be really called pumpkin spice zucchini bread. Okay? Yes. So let's get in here. Let's work that magic. Hey y'all, I am back. Thank you guys for coming back and seeing this part of the series. Now I'm showing you here some semi-chocolate chips. And there is my pureed pumpkin. I got a cup of zucchini, and the pureed pumpkin is going to measure out to about almost a cup. Here is the piece of resistance. We have a spice cake mix. Now this was just a little bit over a half a bag, because I only used just a little bit of it last time when I used it in another recipe. Okay, now you can go ahead and make your own bread mix, cake mix, or whatever, which I would have done this day, but I was on the go and I wanted to do something real quick. So I just went on and said, hey, I got this cake mix up here, this pumpkin, this spice cake mix. I don't have to make my own spices up, it's already in there. Let's do this. So now I'm adding this pureed pumpkin. Now I got a measuring cup because I want to make sure that it measured out at least close to or right at the amount of a 1 cup pureed pumpkin. So it did. It measured out just a little bit shy under a 1 cup, but that's okay. You know, we just need enough to wet that batter and get that batter going. Okay? Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm doing this here. So, like, if you have, like, a taste for zucchini bread, you never tried zucchini bread, you know, I never tried it, but this is my way of seeing how zucchini would taste in pastries. Not pastries, I'm sorry, y'all. But in, like, bread or something. I did it this way. And I wanted to also do it this way to show you that it is super easy to do. Real quick. Now we're going to go ahead and add and the vanilla. So I'm adding in here a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. You know, it's optional because, you know, the box cake mix already has its own flavor. But I like to amp it up and put my own little twist to it. Then, so now we're going to go in and we're going to mix this in first because it's wet. And we want to make sure that the batter gets incorporated, the pureed pumpkin gets incorporated into the cake mixture very well before we add that zucchini, okay? So this is what I'm doing now. Now I'm going to add in the zucchini here in a second. I want to make sure that it was fully mixed. And look at that. Turned out wonderful, y'all. I was concerned about that because I didn't have to add any egg or milk or anything like that. So I said, see how this gonna work. So I've seen this done before, but it worked out really good, okay? Now here we go. We got that 1 cup of zucchini. I shredded it, squeezed all the liquid out of it, and make sure it was ready to go, okay? Now I'm getting ready to add in my hand, about a cup of, 1/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, okay? So that's what I did with this here. So I'm going to incorporate these in and mix very well, the zucchini and the chocolate chips, okay? Now, y'all, I promise you, Dee Dee is not a big fan, like I told y'all. She's not a big fan of pumpkin. But, y'all, everything that I have cooked so far doing this series, Dee Dee has loved it. You know, I mean, loved it. This here, she said, Mama, this here, you got to make this again. So, I'm going to make it again. I'll probably make one around Thanksgiving. So, we'll see. So we're incorporating this in very well and making sure that the zucchini is very much coated as well as the chocolate chips, okay? Now I'm cleaning up my mess. So I'm finishing incorporating the rest of this. Now I'm going to go ahead and add it. Now see, you can't see the zucchini because at first you could, but now you can't. So now I'm getting ready to add it on into my loaf pan. Now I lined in my loaf pan, yes, with parchment paper, but I also wanted to spray it just lightly because I didn't want the bread to get stuck to the parchment paper. So I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have, but I do this. It's just natural to me. So now I'm spreading it out as much as possible, as even as much as I can into this pan, okay? And there we go. So now I'm going to add just a little piece of the resistance of the chocolate chip mussels, the semi-sweet, just to make it pretty on top, okay? I'm not done yet, y'all. I'm not done yet. Now we're going to put this in the oven at 375 for 18 minutes. Hey y'all, so I put it in the oven. The oven is already on 380 because Dee Dee's cooking. So what I'm about to do is I'm going to cut it down to, that's not a bundt pan, it's not a round pan, it is a square. So I'm going to put it down on 375, like the cupcake measurement. And then I'm going to let it cook for about 18 minutes to 20 minutes. I'm going to stop it right at the 18-minute mark. Then I'm going to check it, and then we're going to take it out. And then we're going to dust it with a little powdered sugar. Yes, y'all, and see how it turns out, okay? Now, this here is not a recipe that I found anywhere. This is just basically something I just did off the whim. I've never tried zucchini bread. So I figured that pumpkin, since I got to do pumpkin bread, why don't add zucchini in it? And it's the zucchini from my food bank haul. But if you haven't seen that video yet, go and check it out, okay? Because I had got a big old box of zucchini. But I took the bag out the box. I shared it, so it was okay. But I needed to do something with that extra zucchini, so I thought this would be wonderful. All right, so let's wait and see what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm taking the bread out and I'm going to put it on top of the stove. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? It smelled delicious. Had my house smelling so good. Didi was like, Mama, this smells like the holidays already. And so I tested the bread to make sure that it was ready to set out. So I wanted to make sure it was soaked or cooked very well in the middle. You can kind of see as I stick the little pin store in there that it was still a little moist, see, and you can kind of tell because it kind of sinks in a little bit, but some areas was done and other areas in the middle was kind of moist. So I'm going to stick this back in, leave it on the setting that it is on, and let it finish cooking. Okay, y'all, so just check the bread and it's almost done, but didn't it look delicious, y'all? Well, as soon as it get done, we gonna get to it. Say it again. Okay, y'all, so now it's out and it has finished cooking. I tested it and checked it and make sure it was done. So now we're letting it cool for about 10 minutes, all right? And if you think you might need to let it cool a little longer, it's okay. Now I begin to get ready to place my bread on the counter, but I said, look, I just cleaned my counter, so let me place it on a little piece of foil, because I had a couple of slices of foil over there, because I was going to slice this bread up and, you know, give some slices away, you know. So anyway, I began to unravel the paper, and let's look at it, y'all. So now let's put the rest of the recipe together, which is the last part. I wanted to dust this with a little powdered sugar, just lightly dusted with a little powdered sugar. And y'all, look at this. Watch how pretty this looks. It's like snow. Now I heard my girl from the homestead said that it's snowing in Montana, you know, Mama Bird. So I just thought I'd put a little snow on top of this bread. So now we're going to go ahead and slice this bread up. And y'all, can I say, look at this. Look at that. The chocolate chip morsels in there. You don't see a piece of zucchini nowhere. And this is the way to sneak them doggone vegetables in to the kids when they want something sweet. Make sure they get their veggies. And look at that. That is so delicious, y'all. I said 10 out of 10. I will recommend to you all, as well as myself, to do this recipe again. Now, next time I probably do this recipe, I am going to try to do it based on homemade style. But this one was a very quick style, and it's still semi-homemade, but that's okay, you know. So I'm going to bring that recipe, but that might be on the live, okay? I had to take that little piece that was sitting on the side and taste it, and it was delicious. So check this out. Look at them slices. Slices came out beautiful. Y'all, this would be good with chili, soups, beef stew, or just to eat on the side. But do what you want. Before I finish cutting all this up, y'all follow me on over here at Simple Meals by T-Vlog. And look at this. This looks so good, y'all. And it is delicious. Love you guys. Bye. Super easy make. Bye.